guys, so it's my hair washing day today. So I'll be showing you all the DIY hair growth oil that I'm using right now, and I'm also going to show you the hair growth rinse that I'm using on my hair. And we're also going to be doing the Konsuka treatment on my hair because look at that, it's a whole lot of mess right now. So let's go. So I'm gonna go ahead and maybe get this. Yeah, just a small little bowl because I'm not gonna be using a lot. So in here I will be using coconut oil. After that, olive oil together. So I'll put in that amount, much of the olive oil. My olive oil is gone. I typically use that for making focaccia. And then of course the coconut oil. I just do 50-50. At this point I just eyeball everything. And then what I have here, okay, and then what I have here is cinnamon. Of course I will use cloves. So I'm gonna put a couple of cloves in there. And then 1 cinnamon stick. All of these are great for hair growth, by the way, and also it promotes healthy scalp, so that's why I included them there. And then I'm gonna get also these rosemary leaves, and then I'm just gonna add some to it. Then I'm gonna put this in the double boiler, fill it up with water. Okay, that right there. I'm gonna put that on top. I'm not gonna boil it, I'm just gonna let it simmer. If I have more time, I typically kind of just like in a way, let it stay and infuse for 3 days, but I don't have time right now, so this is what I'm doing. All right, so now it has been 15 minutes, and it has just been simmering in there. And then just let it marinate for 3 hours before actually using it. So for the rinse, once again, I'm going to fill this up with water. About 1 cup, because that's enough for my hair. Put right there. And in here, I'm going to add in cloves as usual. I'm making a lot because I'm making this potent. This is good for several days, you know. This is good for maybe 5 days, so that's why I'm making it potent. And to that I will also add in the star anise. It's not coming off. Okay, so this is what the star anise looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there, drop it in. I'm gonna boil that 15 minutes in medium heat, and then after that I'm just gonna leave that to marinate for an hour or 2. Right, so for the conditioner, I will be using this hair mask / conditioner, and then I'm just gonna put that in here. Basically, I'm gonna try and do the Konsuka treatment on my hair. And then this right here is vinegar. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour about just a teaspoon, just 1 teaspoon of it, or some, just like that. Go ahead and mix it, just like that. This has like, I did this hack before and I actually really like it on my hair, so I plan to try it again. This is actually the oil that we made right here. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it on my scalp. I really like this oil combination because it smells really good. It actually smells like fall, and I like how, of course, it has a lot of hair growth benefits to it too. This is why I really like using it this way. I lost my, what do you call that thing? That like applicator. My oil applicator, so I'm doing this by hand. I'm just making sure that the oil really touches my scalp. By the way, my hair is knotted because I was just putting it in buns the whole day because it's really hot right now in my country. It's April, so I have absolutely no choice but to put my hair up in a bun. That's the story of it. All right, so now that my scalp is coated with the oil, I am gonna move on to the rest of my hair right here, which is very knotted. And I'm gonna use the konsuka that we made, but basically what I'll do with it is that I'll dampen my hair. Wet my hair basically, or just dampen it. Alright, freeze out the water, the excess water. Of course, what I'll do is I'll use my konsuka treatment. And I'm gonna put this specifically on the areas to where I have a lot of knots on my hair. I'm gonna work it kind of a bit up here as well because I have a lot of knots starting from the top. This treatment is actually really good if you are trying to detangle knots off your hair. This kind of hair hack actually works best for me instead of, you know, like detangling my hair, which really takes a lot of time sometimes. And if you try to tangle your hair when it's very knotted, it can actually lead to a lot of breakage, especially if you have split ends or if your hair is very fragile to begin with. Sometimes detangling your hair can lead to further more breakage, you know, instead of just doing this to loosen up the knots and then untangle it later when it's no longer like really knotted. So what I'll do with this is I will leave the oils on my scalp for 15 minutes, and that goes the same with the hair mask as well. And then I'm gonna simply wash it off, and I'm gonna show you guys how I wash it off my hair basically. Okay, so I just rinsed my hair with water first. Now I'm just going to use my trusted Suave clarifying shampoo because I use oils on my scalp, so that's why I had to use this. And then I will go ahead and focus this on my scalp, by the way. I'm not going to shampoo all over my hair. Now for the bottom part, I will use conditioner because my hair was really crazy knotted. It needs a little extra today. Also because I will be using the clove rinse later, and it's kind of drying on the hair, so that's why I really needed to do this. Okay, so in here I'm just gonna leave that on my hair for 3 minutes and then rinse it all with water. After rinsing it off with water, I am going to use this hair growth rinse. Now I'm only gonna use this on my scalp because if hair growth is the only goal, then you should be only putting it on your scalp and not all over your hair, because as I've said, if your hair is dry to begin with, it will sort of kind of dry it out, and it also defeats the purpose if you just spray it all over your hair. So I will let that marinate on my scalp for about 5 minutes and then just simply wash it off. All right, so do you guys see that? That's the electric fan, and that's exactly what I'll be using later to dry out my hair. So while I'm drying out my hair, I'm actually going to eat. This is like shawarma rice, basically. I'm gonna put on the fan. I'm saying this right now because once I put the fan on, it's gonna be very loud, so. Kain tayo! I know the fan is just like at the back of my head, but that's usually the part to where it takes long to dry, so that's totally fine. Just let the back of my hair get dried first. And this is the results after. I was going to blow dry my hair, but I didn't this time. I just used the electric fan. But look at how my hair is soft again. My hair was so knotted and dry before. I noticed that this summer, my hair got super dry really quick. So of course the tangles took over. And usually I would detangle my hair with a detangling comb, but then I'd see little breakage of hair. That's why I did this method, just so that I don't have to rip off my hair and cause breakage in split ends. I wanted to curl my hair here, so I decided to do the no heat curls this time. So I used the socks method. I just simply used my knee-high socks in here, and I kind of forgot how to do this. So I tried doing this method just like this, and now this is what it looks like. I will sleep with these things on my head and let you guys see what it looks like tomorrow. And this is the next day. I will go ahead and remove it. I actually forgot how I love doing these. I like how it gave me this nice Hollywood waves. Also, it was great because it did not look frizzy or anything, and there were no tangles at all. Usually when your hair is long and when you do this no heat curl, sometimes it can get knotted. And look at how bouncy the waves are. And lately, due to my busy schedule, I usually resort to curling my hair with a curling iron. But now I think I need to get back to this again because it is going to save my ends from so much dryness. And I'm not gonna lie, it may not be the most comfortable to sleep with on your head, but it really does deliver great waves on my hair. So that is it, you guys. I hope you all liked this video, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it to a friend if you found it valuable, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!